Attorney Tara Peterson with Crenshaw Peterson and Associates is joining us in studio. Best suggestions for the executor to keep the conflict to a minimum after someone passes away.
Yes, so conflicts are on the rise lately, I think. We're starting to see more and more of that after parents pass away, siblings pass away, and really the best starting point is go see your attorney. Start there, especially if you're going to be the executor, because the more that we can start in that role, typically it's going to decrease the amount of conflict that we might end up having, whether that's because the rest of the beneficiaries see that you're working with somebody and that things are going to go the way they're supposed to, or because then you actually find out what has to get done, right? I do this every day, but the average person isn't doing this every day and doesn't know all of those weird little nuances and little details of things that need to take place. So going in, getting to see that attorney is really the best starting point.
What are common mistakes that an executor of an estate might make?
Yeah, the biggest one I think that we see is not sending the right notices out to beneficiaries. So we have to make sure that everybody involved in the trust gets notice, finds out what they're going to be receiving, where things are going to go, and what the process is going to be so they know what to expect. Because a lot of times beneficiaries will call and they'll say, well, I want my money. And it's like 10 days after somebody's passed away. And there's different things, well, yes, but there's different things that have to take place before we get to that point. So just setting up a proper level of expectation, again, can decrease the amount of animosity or tension between a beneficiary and an administrator.
All right. Well, what are the first steps in an administration of an estate?
So sending that notice, getting things out on creditors is the big one.
Okay.
We don't want bills coming in after you've issued out money. That's, again, where we start to run into problems, because if an executor has issued out funds to those beneficiaries and then has to call them later and say, hey, you owe me money back because I have a bill I forgot about or I didn't know about, it's going to be a big oops.
Yeah.
So that's what we got to watch for.
I was just talking with a friend of mine who's the executor of an estate. One of the couple passed, the other one's still alive, but is elderly and not. She thought that he was going to start paying all the bills that were coming in after her partner died. And all of a sudden, things are going into, like, they're getting calls from creditors, hey, we need money for this. And she's like, he's supposed to be paying the bills. Like, no, we need a better understanding of how that works.
Yep. Getting those understandings in place, making sure everybody knows what to expect, who's going to be taking what, who's in charge of what, and where it's going to go. That's what we need.
And when the executor can actually have some power to do something.
Right, yeah, we don't want them exerting too much, and we don't want them exerting too little. We don't want the beneficiaries running the show either.
Give them a call and set up your appointment today.